Prêt à tirer! Prêt à tirer!
Hi friends, welcome to the segment. In the story session in this episode, we will present a storyline from the film entitled Bilal, a New Breed of Hero. This film tells the story of a man sent by God who fought to free his people from slavery. This film is directed by Irwan Jamal, voiced by Aniweli and Mission and several other big names. No need to wait any longer. Let's get straight into the storyline. At the beginning of the film we see a child named Bilal who plays his role. Then Bilal accidentally bumped into his younger sister. At that time, the little one was a no and intended to destroy his sister's favorite doll. But fortunately, the mother immediately came and immediately separated them. Not long afterward the family saw it. The army of steel horses began to approach their house, feeling that there would be danger. The mother hid Bilal and Covariance in a cupboard. At that time, mother said to tell Bilal to look after Gofera no matter what. The situation was not long after that the olive troops killed the mother while Bilal and Gofera were kidnapped to become slaves when Bilal and Gofera were teenagers. He was also made a slave by a nobleman from the Quraysh tribe named Amai. When Bilal was working he saw the religious leader. The local people ordered the residents to worship idols. Not only that, this masked leader was also anxious to hand over his wealth with the promise that all their prayers would be answered. Where the Islamic troops sent Hamza, Ali and Fulan after the three Islamic heroes on the duel. The Battle of Badr raged when the Quraysh left only Umayyah. Bilal dared to leave to fight him with a strong young spirit. He said he won the duel and the Battle of Badr was finally won by the Muslims a few days later. Safwan was devastated because his father died during the war against the Muslims. Then Safwan declared war again, called the Battle of Uhud, but at that time the Muslims lost and Hamza also fell a few years later. Bilal appeared on Instagram to ask explanation why he killed Gofera. At that time, he told Bilal to look at the window and immediately Bilal saw that Gofera was still alive. Bilal then forgave Safwan and freed Gofera from slavery. At the end of the film, we are shown the whole. The Arabian Peninsula has become a force under the banner of Islam and entered peacefully into the city of Mecca of the Talk people. Only that, the idols there were also destroyed and the call to prayer was now being sung by Bilal bin Rabah from above. The Kaaba and the film were finished. In the afternoon we are shown the son of Umayyad, whose name was Safwan, at that time Safwan, just treating Buhaira arbitrarily. Because Ghaffara was his slave when Ghaffara was about to be shot with an arrow in the sea. Defendant and immediately attack Safwan. Our fate was to buy recklessly. This news immediately reached Umayyad's ears. Then called Bilal to punish him. Umayyad also scolded Safwan for embarrassing him. The next day, Bilal found a white horse in a stable, belonging to Umayyad. Then Bilal fed the horse until they became friends until they grew up. When he was an adult, Bilal became close friends with the archer and Swayb the blacksmith. One day said, approaching the little beggar who was about to take the money offered, he said, "Advise not to steal and give this child food." He saw the kindness of Bilal Abubakar and approached him and spoke about the equality of mankind, but at that time Bilal was still unsure about what that was. Abu Bakr conveyed the following day. Bilal returned to meet Abu Bakr too. Asked about the welfare of humanity, and Abu said that all humans have the same rights and are entitled to prosperity. One day, a nobleman from the Quraysh tribe named Abdul Hakam persecuted Salah, a Muslim. Bilal, who saw it, wanted to stop it, but it was all in vain. Not long after that, Hamza came, who finally solved the problem. In the evening Abdul Hakam also told the incident to Umayyad and Safwan, who were gathered at that time. Abdul also said that Bilal was a rebel who is now Muslim. Hearing this, Umayyad immediately became angry and immediately ordered the guard to lock up Say. Day by day Bilal was continuously tortured, but his faith did not shake in the slightest. Finally, Bilal was executed in the middle of the field with stones thrown on his body. When he saw this, Abu Bakr immediately said by giving Umayyad the reward doubled, until finally Bilal was free and became a slave, the first independence in history. Unfortunately, it cannot liberate Ghaffara, because Ghaffara will remain with Savage 3 months later. Bilal became a free man and started learning to fight with Hamza Hilal to accompanying the Muslim migration from the city of Mecca to Medina. Could also be the Prophet helped build the Nabawi Mosque and was the first person to announce the call to prayer. A year later, the migration of Mecca's population to Medina was increasing at that time. Riding his white horse accompanied by Hamza, they finally arrived to Mecca and witnessed the extraordinary views of the entire city has burned. Then Bilal tried to go to Safwan's house to pick up Ghaffara, but Bilal was caught by the soldiers Quraysh and almost lost his life if Hamza had not saved it. A year later, the Muslim population on the Arabian Peninsula would have increased in number, made the Quraysh worried about the development of their power. Then the Quraysh called for war on Muslims, and they too met at Badr with an unequal number of troops. Which of you Muslims numbered only 313, while the Quraysh numbered 1,000. The roll began with the best 3-person fight.